In Jewish history, there are no coincidences. Elie Wiesel's words resonate deeply with me, especially as I reflect on the tapestry of my own life. The older I get, the more I see how the seemingly random events, the twists and turns, the moments of serendipity, and even the tragedies weave together into a narrative that makes sense only when viewed through the lens of faith. Bashert, that beautiful Yiddish word, encapsulates this idea perfectly. It speaks to the notion that everything happens for a reason, that our paths are guided by a divine hand, even when we can't see it at the moment. I've often found myself looking back at pivotal moments in my life, moments that felt chaotic or arbitrary at the time, only to realize that they were stepping stones leading me to where I am today. Coincidence, I've learned, is merely God's way of choosing to remain anonymous. King Solomon reminds us that a righteous man falls down 7 times and gets up. This simple yet profound truth defines the essence of resilience. Life is not about never falling. It's about the courage to rise again after each fall. Greatness is not measured by the absence of failure but by the determination to get up one more time than you've fallen. The Torah teaches us that righteousness is not the absence of mistakes but the presence of perseverance. It's about striving to do what's right, learning from our failures, and continuing to move forward. Each stumble is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become a better version of ourselves. Rabbi Noah Weinberg once said, "If you don't know what you're living for, you haven't yet lived." This quote strikes a chord with me because it emphasizes the importance of purpose in our lives. We often get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily existence that we forget to pause and reflect on what truly matters. My father always encouraged us to ask the big questions, to dig deeper into our motivations and desires. What is the essence of our existence? What legacy do we want to leave behind? Life is precious, and living without purpose is like wandering through a beautiful garden without ever stopping to appreciate the flowers. Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotzke had a unique perspective on righteousness. He said, "I do not want followers who are righteous. Rather, I want followers who are too busy doing good that they won't have time to do bad." This insight is a reminder that the pursuit of righteousness can sometimes lead to self-absorption. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of being righteous, to focus on our own moral standing, but true righteousness comes from action. When we dedicate ourselves to doing good, we naturally embody the values we aspire to uphold. It's about being proactive in our kindness and compassion, creating a ripple effect of goodness in the world. One of my favorite Yiddish sayings is, "Klieg, klieg, klieg du bist a Narr." You are smart, 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 but you are not so smart. This saying always brings a smile to my face because it captures the essence of human folly. My mother would often say this quietly about people, and she was usually spot on. It's a humorous reminder that intelligence doesn't always equate to wisdom. We can be clever and still make foolish choices. Life is filled with moments where we think we know better, only to find ourselves in a situation that proves otherwise. It's a gentle nudge to remain humble and aware of our limitations. Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotzke also said, "If I am I because you are you, and you are you because I am I, then I am not I and you are not you." This profound statement speaks to the complexity of identity and the interconnectedness of humanity. Our self-definition is often shaped by our relationships with others. When we rely too heavily on external validation, we lose sight of our true selves. Authenticity comes from understanding who we are independent of others' perceptions. It's a call to embrace our individuality while recognizing the beauty of our connections with others. Gam zu latova, this too is for the good, is a phrase that has become a mantra for me during challenging times. Nahum Ish Gamzu's words remind us that even in hardship, there is a silver lining. It's about reframing our mindset when faced with adversity. Instead of succumbing to despair, we can choose to believe that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and transformation. It's a lesson in resilience, teaching us to trust that there is a greater plan at work, even when we can't see it. Rabbi A.Y. Cook once said, "I don't speak because I have the power to speak. I speak because I don't have the power to remain silent." This quote resonates with the deep sense of responsibility we have toward one another. As Jews, our connection to each other is instinctive, and it compels us to speak out against injustice, to advocate for those in need, and to support one another in times of struggle. It's a reminder that our voices matter, and we must use them to uplift and empower our community. Rabbi Noah Weinberg also noted that people often avoid making decisions out of fear of making a mistake. Yet, the failure to make decisions is one of life's biggest mistakes. This insight inspires me to embrace risk and uncertainty. Growth comes from stepping outside our comfort zones, from making choices even when the outcome is uncertain. It's about having the courage to take that leap of faith, knowing that each decision is a chance to learn and evolve. Albert Einstein famously quipped, "There are two things that are infinite, the universe and man's stupidity, and I am not sure about the universe." This clever remark highlights the absurdity of human behavior. It's a humorous reminder that we often act in ways that defy logic and reason. Life is filled with moments of folly, and sometimes the best we can do is laugh at ourselves. It's a call to embrace our imperfections and recognize that we are all a little bit crazy in our own ways. Rabbi Dov Heller said, "If you want to meet a princess, make yourself into a prince." This practical yet spiritual advice encapsulates the essence of relationships. It's about self-improvement and personal growth. If we aspire to attract the right people into our lives, we must first focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. It's a reminder that love and connection are built on mutual respect and personal development. There are no problems, only opportunities for growth, Rebbetzin Dina Weinberg reminds us. This perspective has been a guiding principle in my life. When faced with challenges, I try to reframe my thinking. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable problems, I see them as puzzles waiting to be solved. This shift in mindset empowers me to take action rather than succumb to despair. It's about recognizing that every difficulty is an opportunity to learn, grow, and emerge stronger. Hillel's words, "If I am not for me, who is for me? And if I am, only, for myself, what am I? And if not now, when?" resonate deeply with me. They encapsulate the essence of responsibility and urgency. We each have a unique purpose in this world, and it's our duty to fulfill it. We must advocate for ourselves while also considering the needs of others. There is no time like the present to make a difference, to take action, and to live a life of meaning. Ben Zoma's wisdom teaches us that true wisdom, strength, wealth, and honor are not defined by external circumstances but by our internal attitudes. Who is wise? One who learns from every man. Who is strong? One who overpowers his inclinations. Who is rich? One who is satisfied with his lot. Who is honorable? One who honors his fellows. This perspective challenges societal norms and encourages us to look within. It's a reminder that our worth is not determined by our possessions or achievements but by our character and how we treat others. Torah is not education, it's transformation, Rebbetzin Dina Weinberg said. This profound statement captures the essence of learning. It's not enough to acquire knowledge. We must allow that knowledge to shape us, to transform our hearts and minds. True learning is about growth, about becoming better people through the wisdom we gain. It's a call to engage with our teachings on a deeper level, allowing them to permeate our lives and influence our actions. Yeshuat Hashem Kahirf Ayin teaches us that the salvation of God is like the blink of an eye. This powerful reminder instills hope in our hearts. No matter how dire our circumstances may seem, redemption can come at any moment. It encourages us to remain steadfast in our faith, to trust that change is possible, and that miracles can happen when we least expect them. Elfam Zara Agra, according to the effort is the reward. This principle serves as a great equalizer. It doesn't matter where we start. What matters is how hard we are willing to work. The true measure of a person lies in their persistence and determination. As President Coolidge said, "Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence." Talent and genius are not enough, it's the effort we put in that ultimately leads to success. We must remember that while we can make choices, the results are ultimately in God's hands. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov reminds us, "If you are not a better person tomorrow than you are today, what need have you for a tomorrow?" This quote encapsulates the essence of personal growth. Each day is an opportunity to improve ourselves, to work on our character traits, and to strive for excellence. It's a call to action, urging us to seize the day and make the most of the time we have.